Hey, what's going on, guys? Pete with Auto Repair Tips. For those of you who don't know me, love classic cars, especially muscle cars. Here's one that I restored about 15 years ago. It was this guy's daily driver up to about 5 years ago. Then he left it outside, uncovered. It got weathered. A little bit of rust started to form on it. So he wanted to start driving the car again, so he brought it back to me because he noticed the gas gauge wasn't working. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to check to see if it's a gas gauge or a sending unit or the wiring. But before we do, check out some of the pictures. If you look close, you can see that the car has got some dings and dents on it and some rust in some areas. But overall, after 15 years and being outside uncovered for the last 5 years, it still looks really good. Alright guys, let's get into the video.
Alright, what we're going to do now is we're going to confirm that the gas gauge does not work. There's a little bit of gas in there. It's about 4 or 5 gallons. The key is on, and that gauge just moved just a little bit, not much at all. These sending units are really basic. You have a feed that goes to the fuel pump, and you have a single wire that goes to the back of the gas gauge. This wire sends a ground signal to the fuel gauge. Look at the schematic and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Alright, if you look right here, this is the fuel pump. This is the single wire that goes all the way to the back of the instrument cluster. And that is a single ground wire. So the first thing we're going to do is check to make sure that it's getting a proper ground signal. We'll start over here at the fuel pump. I'll ground out the connector here, and that gauge should go up. If the gauge doesn't move, the next thing we'll do is we'll check the power to the instrument cluster to make sure it's getting 12 volts. When I'm checking the ground system on a car, I like to go directly to the battery. So that way I know there's no issues, no questions asked. We're getting a good ground or good 12 volts. All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the ground wire off. I'm going to take the ground wire we just hooked to the battery, and I'm going to connect it to the inside of the connector. That's what it looks like after I got it hooked up. What that's going to do is that's going to simulate a full tank of gas. So when I turn that key on, that gas gauge should go all the way up to full. See that gas gauge rising all the way to full? These older cars are basically pretty simple to work on. There wasn't a lot to them back in the day. If you have a bad fuel gauge on a classic car, this is probably the easiest way to do it. Back in the day, 90% of all those cars are made the exact same way. Just take a ground wire, hook it like I showed you. If that gauge moves, you know it's a bad sending unit. All right, the easiest thing to get that ring out is a hammer and a screwdriver. Also make sure you have a drip pan down below to catch any gas that comes out. First thing you're going to do is you're going to unscrew the hose clamp. This one didn't come with a new fuel line, so we're going to put a new one on it. This fuel pump did not come with a new fuel line, so take a razor blade and cut it in half because we're going to replace it. Looks like it's going to have to be tapped in this direction because there's your lock ring right here. So we need to go downward this way with it. As soon as you get to a point, it comes right off. Make sure you let all that drip in the pan. This one still looks brand new if you look at it, but it's bad. We just confirmed it. Make sure you take the old O-ring out. Right here. This is where it goes. I've seen people put them in before and not take the old ring out and put the other one in there, and all of a sudden it leaks again. Once you get it seated in there, keep pressure on it so the O-ring stays in place. You're going to line this ring up just like that, and you see the ridges here. we're going to tap on it the same way we did taking it off. Here, just like this. We're going to go back with new hose clamps and a new fuel line. Hey, one thing I want to show you on these fuel lines. This is the one that was on this car originally. Look how hard it is. It should have some flexibility to it. So it's definitely a safety issue. Make sure you replace that line. I'm gonna show you a trick that I always do. I always take just a little bit of wheel bearing grease and just put a little bit on the tube so you don't have to fight it so hard when you're putting the new line on. It slides right on. We're gonna measure this one up here. We're gonna cut it down a little bit. Always be careful when you're working with gas. Don't let it splash in your eyes. If you have sensitive skin, you might want to use a rubber glove or something. But after 40 some years, my skin is like leather. True story. Had a screw shoved up in my hand and didn't even know the screw was there until I went to the doctor. I'll link the video up top showing you the x-rays.
I took that little car down the road, about 3 red lights now.
Yeah.
No light, good, couldn't feel.
I'll take it for another test drive. Always when you're putting this on, make sure you feel it go on securely. Alright. Alright guys, that is all there is to it. Thanks a lot for watching. Catch you next time.